Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of AUSHAMMER. My name is Ryan, and tonight I am joined by Broseph, the bro of all bros, the man I do have a very deep and meaningful bromance with, Brynley. How you going, buddy?
Oh, yeah, man. Another Monday night. Can't complain too much. Sitting here with you doing another fantastic episode of AUSHAMMER. What are we up to, like episode 12?
Something like that. It's, it's heck, dude. Actually, yeah, it's been a few now, hasn't it?
It's been a few. We did.
I go by beanies. So this is the third beanie that you've worn. There have been three different types. So that's how I judge, what's going on there. Daniel, did you make a cup of tea?
Yeah, well, I'm all out of freaking coffee. Can you believe it? There's no coffee in the house. I'm out of coffee.
I ran out of tea, and I've still got this many biscuits.
Oh,
I know, it's rough.
I'm reduced to green tea.
Green tea?
Yeah, it's not that bad.
Oh, I'm surprised you have time for a cast amongst all that tree hugging you must do.
Yeah,
anyway,
I feel like I need to go save the environment and adopt veganism and then play Ninth Age.
Oh, dude, you and the three other people playing it would all fit in just great. I'm sure you could start a new group.
5 minutes in already bagging Ninth Age out.
You could call it it'd have to be some shitty name. I don't know, Legion of Ninth Wargamers. All right, moving on. What's going on, dude? Talk to me.
Man, not much. I've been pretty slack this week for hobby wise. Work kind of had me pretty smashed last week, and even this weekend it was just all hands just trying to get the usual family stuff sorted, which was a bit less than exciting. I did go to a pretty exciting party on the weekend for
you should probably explain that though. For those that don't know Brynley, his family are like those little folk out of in the night garden where there's like 12 of them in a house and they all just sort of bounce out. Carry on. Sorry.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate description. I've only got about like 8 kids, but it's all right. Only 2 of them survived.
Wait, in the ninth garden? Oh, shit.
The ninth garden? Get out.
Oh, God, I love it. Clint Mallet said, green tea and Ninth Age used to be cool, Brynley. I have to agree.
Yeah, I've probably lost a lot of standing in the community now. Oh, well. Can't, just when you think you hit rock bottom, yeah.
And you've just pissed off like four people as well. That's really bad. Anyway, so yeah, you were saying.
Yeah, so we went to a kid's birthday party on the weekend. That was pretty cool. You were there because it was your kid, so.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
My kid had a birthday.
Yeah.
Actually, it's her real birthday today. She's 2 going on 20.
Yeah, as all 2-year-olds.
Yeah. Behind me sits one of her presents. It's a talking Peppa Pig. It does go off by itself and asks me to tickle it if that occurs during the cast. I'm not sorry. It's kind of a pretty cool toy. What do you do? All right? Don't judge me.
We try not to.
Yeah.
Well, we did a bit of work on the one of the videos that we've been working on for that tournament we did over at IF. We sat down and took a bit of footage for it. That should be up pretty soon.
Yeah, well, it's going well. Michael from Irresistible Force is really, the camera likes him. It's just the dude that AUSHAMMER sent out there to actually record it all and stuff, a bit of an ugly bastard. So I'm having a lot of trouble cropping him out of everything and replacing him with still shots of Big Bird and the Cookie Monster.
Yes, I can't wait to see it. It's gonna be a good video. I think we threw in a back report as well between myself and Mark. Pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah, I was watching that back actually. That looked like a pretty cool game, of which you got slaughtered. So
yeah, I got obliterated. I was surprised I made it to round 5. Like, that was impressive. I was pretty happy with that.
Yeah, Chaos Demons and 40k, from what I've gathered, are pretty fucking brutal.
Savage, absolutely savage. Really, really, really good army to play against. I mean, you'll learn a lot pretty quickly.
Yeah, you also lose a lot pretty quickly if you're a Tau player, right? So
you lose everything really quickly if you're a Tau
that's because
player.
you just don't take enough Fire Warriors. You need 6
Maximum.
gazillion Fire Warriors.
Minimum of 60, apparently.
Yeah, matched in number only by the amount of drones that you sprinkle all over the table, like a scumbag.
Every Fire Warrior, you need 1 drone. That seems to be the magic.
That's it. Yeah.
Disgusting Tau players.
I'm so glad I sold my 40k. Sorry.
Man. But so like this week's been pretty slow. But today went to Bunnings and
got a sausage.
Oh man, I got a sausage. Oh, can't go to Bunnings without it. So I picked up some crystal clear resin.
Oh shit.
So this is, I'm going to be comparing this to some of the other stuff that I've used before, Woodland Scenics and Vallejo water effects. I just want to see, how it goes and see if I can get a really good sort of blend with it. I'm going to be mixing some colors in it. I'm probably going to document the process to see how I go. Might make it into a video. I don't know. We'll see how we go. But then I also picked up some balsa wood so I can make some chaos terrain pieces that I've been wanting to build.
What is that?
So this is just balsa wood. It's about, you got it comes in a pack, and you've got about maybe 10-12 sheets of balsa wood in here.
Shit, that's all right.
Yeah, and it's $15, which isn't too bad. But
if you're doing all of this, that means that you must have finished all that Stormcast and that Hurricaneum as well.
Yeah, no, the Hurricaneum is still sitting. It's
fuck you, Brynley.
It's gonna get there. The Stormcasts are coming along really well. The Dracothian guards are nearly finished up to the bases on them. So
they looked sick last time I saw them. So you're going to be making some chaosy stuff then.
Yeah, so I want to make. So we'll get into what I'll be making a little bit in the feature segment when we're talking about what inspires us, because it won't make a lot of sense otherwise. Yeah. But then I've also got. So I've got this chaos house that I want to build, and then this converted war shrine that I'll be playing around with as well. So
winning.
We'll see how that goes.
Winning.
I
haven't been up to much. Lots of family and work stuff. As you know, baby birthday, second birthday. That was pretty cool. Thanks for coming, dude.
That's pretty cool.
Thanks for all your help with helping me set up those solar lights along the fence line. Wait,
can I send you that video? Can I send you that video? Can you play it?
I'm not playing it. I'm not playing it.
Why not? Come on.
Bryn, you can. You know what? Brynley will stick a video up on AUSHAMMER later of me scaling a fence that goes along along the pool. It's hard to explain. You have to see the video. And I'm trying to get these solar lights up for my Minister of Foreign Finance. She wanted them there. So anyway, I injured myself jumping across the pool. Dude, the underside of my foot still kills me. So, yeah. So there's that. Other than that, I've been... The most hobby stuff I did was looking at finding a paint scheme for my Death Rattle army.
Yeah. How'd that go?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I got some photos I can show you, actually. Hang on.
Throw them up, man. I want to check them out.
I should probably, before I actually mention it, I'm not painting these. I am useless, hopeless, and cannot paint to save myself. Mr. Timmy, actually, from my gaming group, is painting them for me because he's just a fucking awesome fella, if I'm honest.
Pretty nice dude.
So he was like, yeah, cool. What sort of scheme were you thinking of doing? And I was like, oh, remember that World of Warcraft expansion from 35 years ago? He goes, yeah. and then bang, that's what's happening. So that's it there. Hang on one second. I'm gonna just
I want to know who does this. No, that's really cool.
So yeah, so
that's wicked. Look at that.
Yeah, he's got like this glow in their eyes and stuff. That's coming
brilliant.
out.
Good job, man. That's really
cool. It's really coming along. I'm really enjoying looking at them.
How do you do the snow though? That's
that is cocaine. Here in Australia, we have a large supply of cocaine, so that's what we make all of our snow bases off.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
It's just there's just so much lying around. We're trying to find uses for it, basically. So, but yeah, and I like the blue on the white, and it gives it like a sort of like if Braveheart came back to life as a skeleton horde. They took our lives, and Nagash also took our freedom. Would be the line. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. He is face palming the banner because reasons. He's probably been he's been sniffing the terrain. So
sniffing the terrain.
Yeah, but like I don't know. I'm just really stoked with it. I think it's really cool. So Timmy, if you're out there, dude, thank you so much. I'm really looking forward to getting that on a table at some stage. So
man, that looks awesome.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. So yeah.
Oh man, so for anyone who was interested in seeing Ryan falling off the fence, I've just thrown it up on the AUSHAMMER.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
I mean, like later when we can talk about it first and possibly trim it or cut it or edit it so that people aren't like, oh, look, it's this fat old dude trying to hold on to a fence. See, so the problem is, right, in Australia, everything is 5 times as big as every other country, and it probably wants to eat you. So this fence had like an ant crawling across it that was the size of
a small chihuahua, really.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, it's a fucking big ant. I hate this country. Fucking, yeah, anyway. Thanks, dude. Thanks for putting that up. I really appreciate it.
It was a good 2 minutes. I actually went over there to help. I just ended up filming him.
I'm like talking to you, and at the same time, I'm like, shit, how do I get onto the AUSHAMMER Facebook page so I can remove it before people actually see it?
Incorrect.
Anyway, I'm gonna have to try and figure that out. But yeah, dude, that's what about news? What's new in the hood in the local community and stuff?
Well, before we do local community stuff, do we want to? So we, as per Monday morning, we usually run like a little Facebook sort of post where photos or something. And this week it was AUSHAMMER's army was on parade, and we had a couple of people submit their armies, which is really cool. So we'll run through those. A couple of people.
Whoa, dude, you are not being
really
honest and straight up. You are not. Oh, I'm calling it out. Everybody
calling it out.
Yeah, we did not get as many submissions as we did for individual minis. This tells me that there's a lot of people out there that are painting one mini really good and taking a photo of it. You can't be painting the whole army. I'm disappointed in all of you, even though I'm not qualified to be disappointed in you because I've never even painted a single fucking model to completion.
But Ryan's going to be disappointed anyway.
I'm disappointed.
Disappointed.
You know what? I'm going to let it slide this once, but send us pictures of your army. It makes me happy, and Brynley's pants are a bit tighter. So no, we did get quite a lot of submissions, but not as many as the individual units we were talking earlier. We noted there wasn't as many, so.
Yeah, but it's still really amazing to see everyone who threw in your submissions. There was some really cool stuff.
Yeah, there was. I'm a bit jealous of you.
Oh man, there's some absolutely amazing armies. Got it up there. So yeah, as soon as we start sharing. All right. So this one was, I think this is Ike Vandermeulen. So this is 40k army. Things are about to get loud. So this is Emperor's Children versus Grey Knights. So as you can see, down the bottom right, you've got your Grey Knights, and then there's Emperor's Children. Hanging, really cool use of pink. There's a couple of really cool Age of Sigmar models thrown in there that I saw. A terrain piece. The
hang on 1 second. Hang on, sorry.
Vortex
Hang on.
spinny thing with the stars. I want to get one. Bale Wind Vortex or something. I can't remember.
My wife is in the live chat. No swearing, and I am on my best behaviour.
Oh, okay. All right. So everyone pay out Ryan now, and he can't do anything about it. So everyone get on that live chat.
That
get
is
abusive.
a sick-looking photo.
Yeah.
That is a really
pretty
cool
good.
army. I wonder how many hours actually went into that. Like, if you had to guess,
a lot.
If you had to guess, how many do you reckon?
I don't know. I would really need to see a closer look, but like, let's just go off the fact. Let's say he's done 20 hours per miniature. So all up, yeah,
That's a lot. See, that's probably why it's harder to get photos of completed armies. None of mine completed.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, some Age of Sigmar. What's this, Ryan? What are we looking at?
Oh, hotness. Can't talk. Too hot.
Oh, he's having a cramp.
That is so good. That is so good.
I really like the red on white contrast.
That's a brutal looking force as well. I would not want to play against all of that.
What are they? Are they Vargeist and Zombie Dragon?
2 Zombie Dragons too. Oh, no way. Whose is this? Who did this?
Oh, okay. So the laddie pulled this one off. This is Bradley Baker. I think we've had one of his submissions before, but here's another one for you. So this was his Age of Sigmar entry for Armies on Parade. This is a Flesh Eater Corpse Dead Watch list.
Can I just point out that that is a skeleton inside a coffin. That is attention to detail.
Yeah. Look, if you guys go to the AUSHAMMER page, there's actually he's been nice enough to throw in a couple more images for us to have a look at. So
cool.
Yeah, he's been really cool with that. Cool.
I'm geeking out right now on AOSmas. Sorry, I'll stop. Okay, so this is from the set of Aliens Resurrection or Alien versus Predator. I can't ever remember.
Yeah, pretty much. So this is High Fleet Valoran. Apparently this is an old army, but that is a hell of a lot of miniatures in there. Like you can just from the look of the wings, like the amount of effort like they've gone into doing the painting, the highlighting, like the amount of edge highlighting on that is insane. Like simple, effective. It looks really cool.
I dig the fact that it's like, you know, purples with the blue and the blue there, and then all of a sudden it's just this big ass, obnoxiously bright green tongue that just fits so well. That's just really well painted. If I went somewhere and was looking at that, that would make me want to buy that army.
Yeah, that's a really good job.
So yeah, I reckon that's awesome. Thank you to whoever submitted that one. That's really cool.
That was Ben Kruger.
Ben, you're a legend. I like it.
We've had a couple of these
armies. Do more armies.
Yeah, man. He's submitted another. He submitted a Death Watch one.
Oh, really?
On AUSHAMMER site as well. So if you want to see more of this guy's work, jump on there and check it out.
And get jealous.
And get so jealous. Oh, here we go.
And here we have a collection of somebody's bonsai plants. I don't know why that got mixed into this
Yeah, my bad. My bad. Just scroll through it. Just scroll past it. We don't need to
past it.
So this is from Kalen Day, a nice Slavenis force. Really, really nice dark browns. Really nice. A really, really good job of the basing as well. I
like that. It's sort of. I know this is going to sound really weird considering it's a bunch of walking trees with weapons that fight and stuff, but it looks very realistic. As in, that to me looks like something out of a very ancient wood. Do you know what I mean? That would just sprout up and fuck everybody's day. You know, the sword isn't glowing yellow and pink and stuff. It's just really, really solid. Pays homage to where they're from. I reckon. I dig it. I like this. I like this a lot.
pretty good. I'm definitely all over that. It looks pretty spectacular.
So, Jono, if you're out there, I could. If you finish building my my tree people, I'd love to get paint on them. Thank you. This is how cool they look. That's so awesome. That's so awesome. Oh, this is the don't tell me, a bridge to war.
Bridge to war.
I love it. I don't know who I don't know who it was that submitted this, but this one actually made me giggle like when I was looking at it. So
they've done a lot of work on it. I'm actually really impressed with how cool it is. It looks it's like he's done the bridge, he's done the copters, he's done a little boat. He's done a little boat for the
like a landing craft out of
fuck. That's pretty cool. Right, so this was the first person to submit it. This was from Chris Clements. So this is a bridge to war, orc airborne. Ended up with about 12 death copters, troop heavy, lots of green red stuff and berets, crossing and landing craft, and a shopping trolley. There's a shopping trolley in the river as well. Spot the shopping trolley.
Oh, dude,
pretty good. That's a really cool use of resin. I love it. I'm a big fan of that. That's a nice job.
Holy crap! Yeah, now that you mention it, that's resin. I've never. Wow. Okay, that's really cool.
That's a lot of resin. That is a lot of resin.
Saving Private Ryan meets Dawn of War, the original, not those shitty follow-ups that they brought out.
Yeah, those follow-ups are terrible. Oh.
That is cool. That is really cool.
Oh.
Yeah.
All over.
Love it. Love it.
Love it. Big fan. Right, here we have...
Whoa.
Pretty stylish.
So, holy crap.
Yeah, okay, so you've got Stormcast Eternals, and then you've got Everchosen. It's like a smattering of awesome going on in there. So there's two forces. There's actually other pictures of this floating around the place. So this is Elk. Vermeulen again. This is his Age of Sigmar entry, End Times 2, The Reckoning. So you've got two forces here. You've got your Archon Everchosen and what appears to be some strange shiny boys.
I'm sorry, but look how awesomely the bases merge in with the table, the display table. That's
really cool. He's done it.
Yeah, that's well painted, and those wings are fucking kick-ass.
Yeah, they're good. Those are good wings.
Digging it. Who was this?
Who was this?
Yeah.
This is Ike Vermeulen again.
Wow. Good work. That's freaking awesome. Yep. Awesome.
Really, really cool job.
Love it. Good work.
Is that it? Is that all of them? That's all of them?
Yeah, that's all of them.
Well, big thank you to everyone who's been thrown out submissions. As per usual, we're sorry we can't show them all. There weren't as many as we usually get, but you know, we're gonna kick on with the show. Big shout out to Josh Tully, who showed us his all pink and white Tau army, which just made me a little bit wet. So I was pretty excited about that.
That's appropriate.
And then Luke Cooper for showing us his Dystopian Wars fleet, or part of it. Big fan of the system. I've never really got into the game, but the concept of small steampunk boats is actually really cool. I like it. You've got a big army. He actually showed us his full army on the site. Got about 200 ships. It's pretty impressive.
Wow.
But yeah, that was from the direct community, our direct AUSHAMMER community, giving us something to play around with.
For sure.
No, we haven't done as many posts as we usually do. It's just been a hectic week. Try and do a little bit more this week. I've got this week off, so I'll be trying to focus a little bit more on hobby and AUSHAMMER-ish stuff, trying to maybe make up some more stupid memes. Who knows? Ryan's all about the memes.
All about the memes.
All
How did you know?
the memes. All about the memes. All right, so local news. It's been so with 40K, the big talking point so far has been chapter approved, which is coming out, and so that's going to be available for pre-order on Monday, and then available in stores on Saturday. So what, for those of you who don't really know what chapter approved is, it's basically a big old book of amendments and official rule updates to the current existing 8th edition 40K system, which is really, really big because they've been able to take a lot of the stuff that they've learnt from doing some of the codexes that they've already done, and they're going to be able to make a lot of the codexes that don't have those updates be able to match what the codexes are now. So it levels out, it re-levels out. So we don't have these really, really big year and a half gaps where you've got one or two codexes that are absolutely out of control OP, nothing to have to match them, or you've got these ones that were released at the start of a codex cycle and then they weren't able to catch up, and it was just a codex creep. So chapter approved, they're able to jump in, they're able to get stratagems out for all the different codexes, which is really good news because I'll be able to actually play my tower for once and not feel like I'm just going to get stomped to death. And who knows, maybe we'll see the return of Riptides.
Hey, maybe you can use that big ass, gigantic, fucking space fleet admiral ship thing that you've got for Tau that like carries all of the communist fishes at once.
Oh, the Manta. The Manta.
Yeah.
I don't have one. I don't have one. Oh wait, are you talking about the box thing?
The thing that's above you. What's that thing?
Yeah, no, that's just a tide wall. That's just like a big fortification.
Oh, you should probably do something with that.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to build it or sell it. So.
Can you use it as terrain?
Yeah, I can use it as terrain.
Fuck yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Might be easy to do that.
Yeah.
Bit hard to tell. Okay, so chapter approved has gone through. Necromunda is out now, finally. Really exciting. There have been some really cool progress shots of people building up their Escher and Goliath gangs. It's going to be pretty big. Shadespire, I think they've had official tournament support announced, which is pretty big. Like organized play getting official support from Games Workshop. That's a pretty huge deal.
Yeah, hell yeah, it is. That's pretty cool. They've done a few new things as well, like that that other thing that we posted up on Facebook the other day about putting names forward of people in your local community that have done a lot for Wargaming.
Oh, yeah, that was what was it called? It was just basically an initiative set up by the official Games Workshop community that if you have someone who you feel that have done an exceptional job for the hobby, whether or not it's been introducing new players, holding amazing events, or just being a part of the community, certainly get onto there. Actually, we had a bit of a humbling moment earlier this week on Friday. We were listening to we were in our respective work areas and we were listening to Warhammer Weekly, and as Americans do, they did their Thanksgiving thing, and AUSHAMMER actually got a mention, which was really humbling from Warhammer Weekly guys, and that was a big deal. To be recognized by people as prolific as that was very exciting for us. So
yeah, that was from Mitch, MC1 Gamer.
Yeah,
He's taken a bit of time off recently, and he's come back again after a few weeks off, sort of thing, and jumped on with Tom and Vince, and they were doing their whole Thanksgiving buzz, and that was really nice of them. So shout out to Mitch, MC1 Gamer, and of course our mates Tom and Vince, who we already catch up with frequently anyway. So
Mitch, we want you back on the show, mate. We want you back on the show. It'll probably be something for 40K related, just to get you out of your water. But
no, not Tom. His lists are too filthy. Actually, did you? I don't know if you mentioned it or not, but you had those. Have you seen those Battle Force boxes that have dropped?
Oh, holy crap! The ones that have come out in time for Christmas.
Yeah. I was looking at that because remember those minis that you got last time I was over your place? You were showing me. I think you actually put a few photos up of you painting some or stripping them.
Yeah.
Did you see the
new Imperial Guard one? Yeah.
Militarum Battle Force or whatever.
Militarum. Go to the. We won't. Can you bring it up? Are you on the page?
No. All right.
Oh, right.
Hang on. I can be.
Hold on.
Actually,
I'll send you.
No, I can't be. Let me just. I can talk you through them. The Astra Militarum battle group has a Sentinel, which you can build as a scout or armored variants with choice of multi-laser, blah blah blah. The 3 Ogrins.
Three Ogrins.
A 5-man Cadian command squad and 20 Cadian shock troops with las guns, chainsaws, pistols, grenade launchers, flamers, vox casters. All of the good stuff, which is pretty cool. And then for your communist space fish, who I think they're all just that fish out of American Dad, but inside Robocop suits. So that comes with 6 XV-25s, an XV-8 crisis suit. The commander who can be built piloting the 85 or the 86.
Yeah, so Cold Star regular.
Yeah. And then there's the Gene Stealer Colts.
Yep.
Yeah, and I don't understand them. Are they human or are they?
They're like human hybrid. They're like alien infiltrators, I guess. They're like they're like the first, like, you know how you're versing, you're like playing a game and you're versing like the crazy henchmen.
Yeah.
They're kind of like, they're not really the big threat, but they're just kind of there to annoy you. That's probably Gene Stealer Cult.
Okay.
To a T, yeah.
So in their one, it's a Goliath rock grinder, a set of 5 Acolyte hybrids, as 10 Nephalite hybrids or something, and an 11 model neophyte hybrid squad. Hybrid squad. Man, what is with all this shit? Why can't you guys just use normal names?
Just wait till we get into the Zinch Anakites.
Ooh. The Orcs Cult of
Speed.
Cult of Speed, yeah. So those guys come with the trucker.
It's just
40K speed. Yeah, you're just truck. A big mech with shock attack gun and the Warbiker Mob 3 Orcs on ramshackle. Yeah, they're bikes. Yeah, 11 boys and looters. Is it 10 looters? 5 looters. Yeah.
Have you got the prices there for all this?
I'm gonna have to look it all up now. Hang on.
That's right. Sorry, I got it. I'm all over it.
Are you looking at this stuff, eh? I think they're like $280 a pop anyway.
Yeah, which isn't that bad.
That's Australian dollars. We should probably point out as well. So that's 280 Australian dollars, which I think in terms of bargains is still a bargain.
Yeah.
For
There's
Australian
really good
people.
savings. There's
We're still getting rorted on price compared to other countries, but yeah.
Yeah, no, it's still a really, really good saving. Like these bundles have, like in the tower, I think we worked out that you're getting about $415 worth of miniatures.
That's all right.
$280 worth of stuff. So that's a lot of free shit.
Yeah.
From Games Workshop now, which isn't so bad because if you think about it, there are independent sellers who will then sell these box sets even cheaper. So
yeah, you
really,
usually get 10% off, can't you?
Yeah, so you're then looking at like $250 for this, or 252, something like that. And so, like
That's
around
better
this
than a poke in
area,
the bum with a bent finger.
yeah. So when if I'm going to be looking at buying around Brisbane, I'll be looking at the independent sellers for this product, unless Games Workshop decides to give us free shit.
Yeah, and more importantly, they brought out ones for AOS as well because nobody plays 40k anymore. And there's the Caradron Overlords one, the KO one, which I haven't actually seen at any of the club days for the gaming groups that I'm associated with at all. Yeah. I'd really love to see KO. And this would be a really cool one because you've got the Grunt stock, some Sky Wardens, and some Archnaut companies. You get the ships. You get 2 ships as well. So it looks badass. I dig it. Then there's the Stormcast one because we don't have enough Stormcast releases yet. We're just Stormcast are really starved for releases. Games Workshop never release anything Stormcast related. They're not the poster boys at all, and they don't receive so much love that even I, a Stormcast player, am beginning to tire of it. No. So here's a 280 box set called the Eternals Vanguard Brotherhood, which I really want. It comes with all of the dogs, like all the puppies. Just get all the puppies. Give me all the puppies.
All the puppies.
Yeah. If anybody out there, for some reason, is sitting at home now going, fuck, I really want to get that dude Ryan from AUSHAMMER a $280 Christmas present, that would be all right. I'd be okay with that. So, but it is pretty cool.
Or you can do what I would do and be like, I was going to give you $280 worth of miniatures, but instead I gave $280 to a poor, helpless tribe in Africa, and here's your gift certificate, you heartless shit.
Why you gotta do that?
Because
why you gotta bring me down like that,
man? I'm just
why you gotta mess with me, man? Why you gotta play with my crack?
I'm just here to you pray.
It comes with the Lord Aquila mounted on the Griff Charger. He's got the Starbound blade, the shock hand axe, and the heavy bolt storm pistol, which is pretty cool. You get 3 of the Vanguard Paladors, which are like spear dudes on angry chickens. You get the 3 Vanguard Raptors.
Angry chickens, what?
Yeah, shut up. Which are like long-range crossbow dudes with pet chickens, but smaller, that fly, and don't have full legs. Anyway, you get 10 of the Vanguard Hunters, and you've got the Primes in there as well. Now, the reason they're cool and different is because not many of the Stormcast have the open face buzz going on. But all of these guys do, which is pretty cool. Well, you've got the option. You can still change it up, but yeah. And then it comes with 12 fucking Griffhounds. 12 of them. Can you just, like, I don't even know what I would use 12 Griffhounds for. But
probably like as a
like they've got that thing where they can detect you if you drop within like 9 or 10 inches or something. And then you've got to roll a dice, and anything within that many inches is allowed to shoot its or attack basically at whatever unit it is. But it's hard to get. So there's that. Then there's that. The Zench Arcanite's Change Cult, which has Zangor Shaman, a set of Zangor Enlightened, a set of the Zangor Skyfires, 20 of the Zangors with all of their weapons and shit, and 20 Kyric Acolytes. Kyric Acolyte? I don't know. I don't play Chaos. But it looks like something that you could actually you could actually feel.
Yeah, that's the box that I'm looking at getting. So
yeah, it looks very. I think they look quite Greekish in their design a little bit, but that might just be me. And then last but not least, my favorite of all of them, which I think everybody should get, even if you've never played the army before, is the Blade of the Blood Queen. Oh my god, I want it. It is so hot. Neferata, more type of blood. 2 Morghasts, Archives, a White King, 20 Skeleton Warriors, and 10 Graveguard. So, just to put it into perspective, what is it? $84 worth of Skeleton Warriors already. Do you know what I mean? Like,
that's pretty good.
Yeah, like you're you're definitely getting a bargain. Like, I'd buy that kit.
Get on it.
Again, if anybody wants to buy me a $280 Christmas present, that'd be it. But yeah, I just thought I'd point those out because I was perving at them earlier. Just jacking news.
They're all really good deals. Like, that's the thing. They're all really, really good deals. And like, as I'm saying before, like, you're getting great value. And if you then go to independent sellers, you're going to get even better. Like, if I was like in Brisbane, you know, there's Manic Games, there's IF, Good Games, Kalanga, Good Games in general. Like, probably, you know, there's a lot. You don't have to. I'm just saying. More for Games Workshop, but you don't have to go there. Oh, speaking of Games Workshop, Games Workshop Capalaba is open this weekend.
How awesome is that? And it's really good.
Yeah, back in trading. They're just near the AMF Bowling Centre now, so it's a bit of a change in location, but hell, they're open. They're there. I'm going to be going down there. I'm going to go today.
What day are you going?
I'm going to go probably on the 3rd.
Is that the Sunday?
Yeah, or Saturday.
You should try and like stop by Clint and see Clint because the Masters are on. The AOS Masters are on the 2nd and the 3rd.
At Lutwidge, right?
Yeah, and I've got my eldest daughter's birthday on that Saturday, so the 2nd I'm out. But on the 3rd, maybe you and I can put on some pants for the first time in a week and leave the house and go and see Clint and the Masters competing there. And then pop around to see the G-Dub at Capalaba. Is it Capalaba?
Definitely do that. Definitely hit them up. I think that's a good idea. Clint, we're coming to you, buddy.
I reckon it's so good that they're back up and running so quickly.
Yeah. Should we do like a live thing from Clint's tournament just to be obnoxious, or?
I don't know. Oh, well, let's see. I'll see how my hair is.
Yeah. Yeah.
See how your beanie goes.
Just stick a beanie on, bro. Solves everything.
You're a beanie. But no, seriously, the opening of the old new GW store on the north side up here. Definitely go in there, show them some love, say hi, and congratulate them, and thank them as well for, you know, they didn't have to. They didn't have to come back, and they did, and that's really good for all of our hobbyists on the north side. So
yeah, we're actually really, really, really good to see them. It's that sort of south side of Brisbane is pretty sparse with games. Oh, well, okay, not really. They've got Mount Gravatt, Capalaba, but like the Capalaba store was a big part. Oh, it'd be good to see it. I remember because it's a reopening, because they're opening that Space Marine Captain and the Space Marine Chaplain, the limited edition ones that are only available at store openings, will be available again, which also means that you'll be able to get your Citadel Crusader cards from there as well for the opening, which is pretty exciting.
So we have to, basically what you're telling me is I need to beg my wife for some hobby money and we have to go there.
Yeah, well, I think we get the cards for free. I think we get the cards for rocking up. But if you want the Primaris or the Space Marine Chaplain, you have to go there and get it.
Okay, I will. Let's work on this. We've got until the 3rd.
Yeah, we got time. We got a week. And then good boy points.
Yeah, I will.
We go straight into what's been happening around. Like we're still seeing a pretty big wind down for a lot of events that are occurring around Australia. We're hitting that like mid-November, December, start to shut down. Everything's starting to wind down. People aren't throwing on as many tournaments as we had back in, say, October, where we had like a pretty big rush. There was one weekend where we had about 9 events going on at any one time. I'm just going to go through. In this list, we're not going to be including 3D6 down in Parramatta. They've closed down, which is unfortunate. Yeah, so they put on some really cool events, and we've been plugging their events for a little while, and I've liaised with some of the people who are involved with there, but unfortunately, as the hobby goes and the economy moves differently, they haven't been able to. They just are unable to do it anymore, which is fine. They're great people, and they'll find something even better to do. But it's just sad to lose that venue and those people because they were known for their venues and their prize support and their player support. So
yeah.
From us at AUSHAMMER to you at 3D6, best of luck. Hit us up if there's something that we could possibly help you with from across the country. But thank you for everything you did for us for many, many, many years. Like you guys were a good stop on between trips to from Brisbane to Melbourne. So it was good to have you guys around. But we'll crack on into it. So Warrior Lodge, 9th of December, they're going to be going to the Horus Heresy Open War tournament that a couple of other groups are going to be going to as well. So it's going to be pretty exciting. There was a tournament on the 26th for 40k yesterday for the Warrior Lodge. Congratulations to Aaron for winning. Kindly stop playing. Find yourself a new hobby where you're not so good at it because the rest of us need a chance to win some prizes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he won the AOS tournament as well.
Yeah, he did.
I think the rest of us need to just get better.
No, that's bullshit. I don't believe it. Then there's been a pretty big break. So the next group that are up to do something, it's actually Pubhammer. On the 9th of December, they've got they're going to be attending the Horus Heresy Open event as well. Irresistible Force, 9th of December again. They've got a Shadespire intro tournament. I think they're the first people in Brisbane to be and Queensland to be doing a Shadespire intro tournament. So that's going to be pretty good. They've got 3 tables available. Like, they've got 3 tables at the moment. For those of you who want to drop in and play Age of Sigmar, they sent me some pictures before. It was pretty cool. Definitely check it out and go there. Battle Station Toowoomba, 19th of November. They've got the Unlikely Brotherhood Age of Sigmar doubles event. So that should be pretty event. I think it's a blind pick for doubles. So if you're up in Toowoomba, go check them out. It should be pretty cool. I'm sure the Heralds of War podcast have been all over it. They're doing a live show now. For those of you who want to watch them do their podcast live. I mean, it's what we do, but go nuts.
Yeah, I think they did it was yesterday, actually. Clint sat down with Luke Taylor, who, if you recall, was on the show not that long ago with us. He's Australia's #1 ranked AOS player at the moment. And they did the live draw for the Australian Age of Sigmar Masters. And they also went through the lists, which is really good. And I would definitely encourage everybody to definitely check out Heralds of War. their podcast.
Yeah, cool group.
Yeah, facebook.com/Heralds of War, and on there they've got a link to that cast that they did, which was really cool. I'm really looking forward to seeing Luke's list. It's interesting to see that what's winning in the States and the UK isn't the same everywhere. So what I mean is Luke Taylor plays a lot of armies you don't hear about winning at GTs overseas. And he plays them really well. So I'm looking forward to checking it out.
And that tournament's on this weekend. This is on the 3rd.
Yeah. Well, it's over the 2nd and 3rd.
And so, what's significant about this? This would be like a first for us, or?
Well, it'll be the first time Australia has had an Age of Sigmar Master title.
Yeah.
So we've got there's a ranking system. Anybody can be part of the ranking system. In fact, I encourage everybody to go to tournaments, register tournaments, and register your wins, your losses, your points, etc., to go onto the ladder. And then from that, basically, Clint has Australia's top 10. I think it's top 10, and they'll be duking it out anyway.
So where do they go to put this information in?
Say again, sorry?
Where would you go to put this information in?
To go to their Heralds of War Facebook page, which is literally facebook.com/Heralds of War. And all of that stuff is on there, including a link to their website, which is www.heraldsofwar.com. And on there, there's a whole bunch more information as well. And just in case anybody doesn't know, Clint, who is part of Heralds of War podcast, is also the gentleman who organises the Age of Sigmar side of CanCon. So he is a very busy man. He does a lot for the community, and he will be definitely put forward as somebody special from our point of view anyway to GW, where they're asking for names. So yeah, we're definitely going to be putting forward his name. He's gone out and got a trophy for it all and everything as well for the Masters. So it's pretty awesome, the work that he puts in. And I'm going to stop blowing smoke up his ass now, because he's probably watching this and his head's like, oh my God, I'm so awesome. Oh, and it's going to pop, and I don't want that to happen until after CanCon. So yeah.
Till after CanCon.
Yeah. And the other thing as well with all of that is register your fucking wins, people. Get on that ladder.
Get on it.
It'd be awesome to see more people competing for those top 10 slots and the master title as well.
Definitely,
So,
get onto that. Actually, get onto that.
Yeah. A few of the judges we had on for our list off were actually in that masters competition. So, yeah,
should be pretty good. Yeah, so that's happening up at the battle station. Age of Sigmar, the Sydney group, they're going to be attending a Age of Sigmar event at the Games Cube on the 17th of December. Good luck with that. That should be pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone loves a bit of Age of Sigmar, and then like other than the two big ones, so other than Arc 40K, which is on the 17th to 18th of February next year, and CanCon. That's it for the moment. That's it. So there's going to be the ITC 40K event for CanCon, and then you've got the Call to Glory for Age of Sigmar, organised by Clint the man himself. But other than that, that's it. We're seeing a pretty big wind down as people start to hit holiday mode and start to pay work off and start to want to chill out a bit more. A little less to report on, but it's not such a bad thing. It's not really the fighting season for us wargamers.
No, and,
So-
and it gives us a lot more time to sort of enjoy the holiday period and get some painting done.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Do you want your paintbrushes back?
Uh,
No.
have they been in your mouth?
Yeah. And other places.
Then yes.
Yes. Yeah, 6'5". But yeah, that's been pretty much it. So like we don't have a guest speaker on tonight, so we're moving pretty quickly, which is pretty good.
God damn it, Brynley. 155 people watched the video of me almost falling into a pool. You're a wank.
That's so good. I'm so glad I put that up there.
I don't know how to Facebook, so I can't get it off.
Oh man, imagine how many people we're gonna get with you reading the Teddy Bear's Picnic.
Oh, being a parent is amazing.
It's so good.
Wait, I read the shit out of that book, bro.
You did really well. That was like a standing ovation.
There was like kids everywhere just
Yeah.
sitting there wanting to be involved. It was especially when that other book came out, If You're Happy and You Know It, Clap Your Hands. Shit went off.
Shit, it was out of control. People were like dabbing left, right, and center.
Kids high on cake icing everywhere.
Oh, that was good. Some cake. That was good cake. So like we'll move into our main segment.
Yes.
What inspires us for hobby? So
I've been looking forward.
We'll start with you. You've been doing hobby a little bit less than I have. What inspires you to keep going with what you're going? Like you get home, you had a shit day. What makes you want to sit down and glue miniatures together, or like plot out a campaign, or like? I mean, like we should probably define what hobby is. It's not just painting and modeling. Like hobby is also, you know, if you're doing something for this hobby, like you're building a display case for your miniatures, that's part of the hobby. Yeah. Or if you're, you know, even reading a book about the hobby is kind of hobby.
So, Agreed.
Like, what gets you into doing the hobby? What aspect of the hobby do you enjoy most?
Okay, so I'm weird. I really like putting stuff together. Almost as much as I enjoy list building and just reading fluff. I'm all about the fluff. I've got a lot of books and stuff. So for me, a lot of the inspiration for things come from outside of the hobby. And what I mean about outside of the hobby is outside of the realm of GW.
Mm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Oh, so, go into it a bit more for. Yeah.
So, so we were talking earlier on in the week about this topic, right? And there's two types of people when it comes to painting, designing, making shit up, whatever. And that is the classical person. So they do what's in the book or what's on the box, and you know what's in their war scroll, what's in their battle tome, yada 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 yada. So they've got the selection of what images and what information they've got in front of them in the rule book and the handbook and all that sort of thing. And then there's the other side of the coin, other people where they don't do that. They go and they find their own shit and come up with their own schemes and things like that. And there's a place for both, because some of the schemes and stuff that are already there in the books are so good that you just don't want to do anything else. Like, not everyone feels the same, but the classic blue and gold for Stormcast, I love it. I think it looks great. I changed it up a little bit. Brynley's painting some of my heroes white. Like, that's cool. Marble, I'm down with that too. But for the most part, for me, I find inspiration outside of GW. So the Death army that you saw earlier that Timmy's painting for me, that is from World of Warcraft, Wrath of the Lich King. You know, the blue eyes and that sort of thing was from there. And then the other side of that comes from, I guess, like Game of Thrones, where they're, you know, frozen on an ice buzz, you know, all that sort of shit. So that's them. And that's where I get a lot of my inspiration from, is a lot of Blizzard games, actually, surprisingly enough. So you want inspiration for a 40k army, go and look at one of the main characters out of, say, Overwatch, or you know, Destiny 2, if you're looking for Space Marine shit. Like, there's heaps of cool stuff there, but also StarCraft, old school StarCraft. There's some awesome artwork that gives me inspiration for paint schemes for stuff like that. AOS wise, I like Warcraft, because there's a lot of books and stuff behind it as well, not just the shitty games and all that, and the cinematics, but yeah, there's that, and then there's the Diablo game. So I get a lot of inspiration from the video game side of things, because a lot of art, design, animation, stuff like that goes into these big games. So yeah, I get a lot from there. Other than that, books. I read a shit ton of books.
Fuck you.
Yeah, so I've got a bookshelf full of stuff, and there's some really cool stuff in there. And then there's also a really cool website called DeviantArt. So if you look at DeviantArt, Google it, have a look. A lot of people design stuff, draw stuff, animate stuff, and all that, and then they put it up there to, for people to have a look at and judge. And there's a lot of inspiration to come from there as well. So there's no shortage of it. I just don't really look at the battle tomes and general's handbooks and stuff that frequently, because I like to think that maybe mine will be slightly different to the rest. But in saying all of that, I just find the inspiration, find the pictures, and then find somebody who's talented enough to actually pull it off and ask them to help me. Because I can't. I don't have the brush skill. But I know what I'm looking for, and I can describe it and explain it quite well. So I hope. Yeah. I think I can. I don't know. Maybe there's a few people out there that are really pissed off because I never actually explained it well. But for the most part, it seems pretty cool. So that's me, dude. What about you?
So I've been doing this for a little while, and so I've painted a couple of different things. And originally, when I started off, I was all about trying to get that sort of box art feel, like painting my miniatures up to look like they belonged on the cover of Games Workshop or a box art. And I quickly realized that I was terrible at painting back when I was quite young. And I'm just like, all right, I'm not going to worry about that. So a lot of my armies have a theme that's not actually, is a little bit different from what you would usually find on the box art. So, for example, my Tau are a very grey, urban sort of look. And my Warriors of Chaos for Age of Sigmar are going to be a very Arctic-looking force, which is pretty cool. And when I start my army, I spend a lot of time poring over the fluff and the resources that are already out there about what army is out there. So, like, I'll go as far back as like old 3rd, 4th edition rulebooks, because there's still like absolutely amazing art in these books that's still so relevant today. Like even early today, I was going through what the old 5th edition, old 6th edition 40k rulebook, just pouring through some of the amazing, pictures that they got going. Like, there was like even stuff from like the 90s and White Dwarf. It's like still such an inspiration as to how some really amazing artwork is done. Like, I've got a Catachan force, and I'm going to be painting them up to be really 80s. So I love using books, and I love using resource material. For my Age of Sigmar army, I was lucky enough to get the artwork book for for Warhammer Online Age of Reckoning. And like, in this book, there's absolutely amazing.
Is that book that Keanu gave me?
Yeah, man. Yeah, Keanu.
That's sick.
Keanu gave me the book, but like some of the details, the artwork in this book is phenomenal. It came with an accompanying comic book, which again, even more artwork that you don't see. And it's like,
and he still can't finish my fucking Hurricane.
Oi, there's no Hurricane in there. I'm getting there. And then of course the Grand Alliance Chaos book, which has got some even like it's just really amazing artwork. Because sometimes I get confused with how to paint a miniature. If I'm doing a commission, most of my miniatures are painted simply as they are on the box, because I can't be bothered sitting there and working out a custom scheme unless, of course, someone like Ryan is able to tell me exactly what they want and they're able to articulate particularly well what scheme that they need done for a particular miniature.
Yeah.
But that's a fairly rare occurrence, to be honest. With people who are doing commissions, they'll be like, I want it painted like this, and then you'll get halfway through a set and they'll be like, oh no, I want to change it, and you'll just be like, oh god, it's gonna be one of these things. But recently I started using this app called Pinterest phone. So what that's able to do, you're able to basically, it's got a collection of images and you're able to pin them onto different boards, do your thing. And I found this really, really useful. Because I can make a board say, like, it'll say it's called Chaos Settlement for like an idea for terrain, and I can drag and drop different pins from different things onto this board, and then it'll keep all those pictures there in one spot. So when I go back and I go through what I was thinking about for this Chaos Settlement, I can go to this board and be like, oh, these are all the images that I thought I can combine together to get the idea that I wanted. And the same thing I started doing for bases. Like, I'm wanting to do this really dark North Norwegian, North Icelandic sort of shoreline with really black water, black sand, and snow, and a lot of frozen Arctic sort of depths to it to really contrast with my white chaos. And like, it's got like 20, 30 images on there of just ideas of how I want to do it, because now that I've started to get a few more skills up and my basing's a little bit more advanced than just throwing down some PVA glue and then dumping it in a tub of, flock, I start looking at nature and the different effects that it has on the things. Like for a tank, if I was going to do rusted treads, I'd look at pictures of rusted treads and I'd go from there. So it's been really, really interesting. Like I'm going to be making this Chaos House, which is going to be based on an old Viking sort of house-esque / Skyrim. So I've been getting a lot of pictures from Norway traditional builders, Skyrim building, Chaos buildings, and I'm going to be trying to combine that into a piece of terrain that's going to be hopefully featured a bit more.
These buildings and stuff that you're talking about, are they 40k or AOS or what?
This will be Age of Sigmar.
Oh, you're speaking my language, buddy.
This will be Age of Sigmar, but like the thing is, you can just say, oh yeah, they're on a 40k feudal world or some crap like that, and you can just make it blend. But for some reason, going the other way is a bit harder.
So do we also want to point out that Black Library?
Like, yeah, Black Library. Oh man.
It's just, like, I know you've seen these, but some people might not have. And this is for, and I'm not going to do this, I don't do this often because I think 40k is terrible compared to AOS. But the fluff is amazing. I love the 30k fluff, like the Horus Heresy books. Basically, Gav Thorpe, Dan Abnett, my heroes. Anyway,
another Brynley book.
Because, whatever. But Visions of War is amazing. It's basically a whole bunch of the Space Marine battles. It's really, really, really good. And then there's this one here, which is Visions of Heresy, which is also really, really good. It's got a whole metric fuck ton of artwork in there. War, Darkness, Treachery, and Death. It's those books, as far as I'm concerned, are probably the single greatest collection of 40K/30K artwork I think I've ever seen. So
Yeah, great.
also really good for inspiration if you're painting your own army, or if you know what you want your Spaz Marines to look like before they get annihilated by the gods of chaos, but don't quite know how to explain it to that commission painter. Get those books.
Yeah.
And just go, here you go, that's them. This is what I need them to look like. They're really good books. And there's a bunch more on the GW Black Library do. So some of them are hard to come across because they don't sell them anymore. Some of them are expensive on eBay, but you can find them. I actually found one in a public library once. It's pretty weird, but yeah.
Huh. It's pretty good. Yeah, public libraries. That's another really good place to get it, especially if you're trying to like design your own terrain or you're trying to go for like a different feel. Definitely hit up the fantasy section or hit up the fantasy artwork section. They usually have some really cool
it's even good for realism as well. Like they've like the public library down the road here, I take the kids to. Well, my wife does mostly, but when I go there, I can't help but like grab a book here and there of like medieval castles or life and stuff like that. Because like, and I'm just gonna slip this in there, Brynley. We still have a whole bunch of cottages that have been 3D printed that need painting and doing. But when we get to that, I'm like up to here with ideas on how we should do it. So books are fucking awesome.
Yeah, man.
Some stuff you just don't find on Google.
Yeah, that's it. Like, and there's a real difference between flicking through stuff you see online and actually having a physical book in front of you that you can reference and you can actually have open with you. I think, which is why I love having the books out and being able to do it. But that's my stuff. That keeps me inspired throughout a hobby. Like when I'm in the zone and I'm doing my 2-3 hours a night of hobbying, like I love listening to audiobooks. I love listening to, even other Warhammer podcasts like the Long War, Warhammer Weekly. Just being able to listen, like Arch. Arch is still pretty cool. You should
try. Here's one that I like because I like to have a laugh when I am attempting it hobby. The Eye of Horus podcast. They're a bunch of Aussie guys doing an awesome podcast. It's really funny. Check them out as well, by the way. They're on Facebook, the Eye of Horus. Yeah, I think that's really good too. What you mentioned is you haven't actually mentioned the fact that GW themselves push out a bunch of content on YouTube and Warhammer TV and shit.
Yeah, shit. Man, they get enough promotion, but like we'll throw them in it.
There is a lot there, and then there's stuff like the hobby cheating from Vince. From Warhammer Weekly. That dude's always pumping out awesome shit.
Oh, man. I've been trying to watch some of Vince's videos to try and work out how I'm going to use my clear casting resin to do some cool water effects, and like there's been some pretty cool ideas. Like he's done some, like a lot of the work that you do beforehand, like pre-shading and coloring. Like I wouldn't have thought of doing that. I was literally just going to dump resin on my miniatures and just see how it goes. So
what could possibly go wrong?
Nothing, clearly. It was good to go. Good to go.
So that's that. So I guess we kind of find our inspiration in similar places. I guess a lot of people will. But the last place, and I think if you're somebody who's used bark instead of cork on your bases, or actual like little twigs and sticks instead of plastic trees for your like dead trees and stuff on your bases, then you'll get this, and that is to step the fuck outside of your house, go for a walk, and there's a whole bunch of stuff out there that you can actually just use, that you can just pick up. Like Brynley, I don't actually think Brynley has ever bought GW texture shit for your paint bases. Like I gave him a pot once and he's like, the fuck do I need this for? Like I just mixed this glue and this thing with this paint and some sand and some one of his, or at least one of the tutorials that we've pumped out has him using fucking kitty litter.
Yeah, it's clean. I swear.
Yeah, sure it is, buddy. But like there's so much stuff out there that you can use, and you can get a lot of inspiration for that by going into your garden or going for a walk with the kids in the park or whatever. You know, next time you're doing that really big base and you need something, go outside.
Yeah, pick up a rock.
Yeah. So there's just so much. Like,
yeah, the easiest way to make a piece of terrain look like a rock is just actually use a rock. Like, you know,
could actually literally use a rock.
You could just use a rock. Like,
there's probably like half a dozen people watching this now going, "Fucking what?
What?
Oh, I never thought about using a rock for my rock before."
Well, actually, it's kind of dumb.
Dry brushing the same piece of cork for 6 hours.
Like I was wanting to do like a slate sort of like outcrop for one of these aquatic bases that I'm trying to work on.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh fuck. I'm like, what sort of frame am I supposed to use for this? What won't react with the resin? Blah 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 blah. And then I was literally out with my kids walking, and I saw this piece of slate on the ground. I'm just like, oh fuck, why don't I just use this? This is way better. I don't have to worry about any of that crap. There was a whole bunch of it, so I just picked up a whole pile of slate. I'm good to go.
For a dude with such shitty taste in beanies, that's really smart.
I'm just going to crack it with a hammer and see how it goes. Dude, well, that's it, just experiment.
Yeah.
You know, if you're not sure how paint scheme's going to work, throw it on in miniature. Just give it a go. Like, you'll get more painting experience throwing paint on a miniature than you are sitting around trying to work out whether or not your paint scheme's going to work by fucking around with one of those digital programs.
Yeah.
Unless you're insanely short of paint and you're like, I've got exactly, 552 drops in this bottle and I need exactly, 551 and a half drops to paint this entire army, then like, by all means, kudos to you, 100% respect. But for the rest of us, it's not really a big issue. Like if you build a wet palette, you're not going to be using that much paint.
Yeah, well,
so
I think if you, for the financially minded, if you don't just have a spare miniature around to practice on, Brynley offers people free miniatures from his own personal collection. So feel free to send him a text message. I'll leave his mobile number in the personal mobile number in the comments below. But also what you can do is keep things like jar lids, margarine or butter container lids and shit like that. And then just, if you say you want to try a certain texture of base or blah, 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 whatever it is, just pull one of those out, chuck some primer over it or whatever it is that you've got hanging around and just fucking practice on that as well. So that's yeah. That's
I just noticed in the chat someone's asking about anywhere where Dark Elder make any good appearances. I don't remember there being any audio books, but they may have made it since. There was a really good Dark Elder series that came out recently. It was a 3-part series. It was the same sense that the Elder one by Gav Thorpe with the 3-part series. Really, really well written. So
what about
hit that up.
Path of the Renegade?
Path of the Renegade, that's it. That's the one.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I don't know if that's an audio book or not, is it?
It's not. I don't think it's one yet, but it won't be far off. That was a really good series. That was a really, really good series.
Yeah. That was Path of the Renegade was Andy Chambers.
Yeah, was it?
Who did
wrong. Who did Path of the Wanderer, Path of the Seer, Path of the Warrior?
There's
no.
So there's the ones I'm thinking of are Path of the Renegade, Path of the Dark Elder, and Path of the
Archon or
Incubus. Path of the Incubus.
Yeah, nice.
I think the Incubus one's Dark Elder. I know the Renegade one's Dark Elder. I'm not sure if Path of the Dark Elder has to be fucking Dark Elder. So, yeah, because Gav Thorpe did the Path of the Eldar Omnibus.
Yeah.
Path of the Archon, that was Andy Chambers as well. There's a whole bunch of them. So
big fan, man. Definitely.
I think you may need to just go to Black Library and see if you can find any there.
Yeah, we're trying to help, but we're probably just confusing you.
Yeah, there's so much. Gav Thorpe did the Path of the Eldar series, is what you're thinking of. So there's like Path of the Warrior, Path of the Outcast. I'm lost. I've forgotten where I am. There's so many books. And I do love my fluff, so I have read most of those books.
Yeah. We're all about that fluff.
Yeah. So I hope that helps. What you can do is there are free audiobooks on YouTube that you can listen to. I'm not sure if they're copyrighted or not. I have no idea, but there's a bunch on there. The Black Library has some, and you can buy some on eBay as well. But there's, hope that helps.
Yeah, if not, now we tried.
We did. We did.
Yeah, but that's the stuff that keeps us inspired for hobby, like, and doing AUSHAMMER, like, since we started doing AUSHAMMER like 12 weeks ago, my enthusiasm for the hobby and involvement has definitely increased.
Oh, dude, definitely. I mean, all these, like, we're a special case, not special. Well, Brynley's special, but we're a special case where not only do we have all of that, but when we put a call out to the community, like when Brynley puts the posts up of show us your minis and all of that, there's so much stuff that gets sent to us that we're going through constantly to pick our favorites out each week, that we get to see so much stuff. And that's really awesome, because that's an extra layer of inspiration that we get from you guys, the viewers and the followers that we have. So every time you send us stuff, it's not just passed over. It's not just that, it didn't get in, we didn't show it on the page or anything like that. We've actually looked at every single one of those pictures. And sometime I'm going to be like, hey, Brynley, I can't paint this fucking thing with the shit because I'm hopeless and I suck and I've got big fat fingers, whatever. Look at this picture from bloody blah 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 Mick Blarface, who did this awesome thing of the guys, and then that'll be part of the inspiration. And then there's stuff like, for me, Age of Sigmar fans, awesome Facebook page. There's a dude called Jan on there. Don't make me pronounce his last name. It's Quatermankowicz. Jan, if you're ever watching this, buddy, I'm really sorry. But like he recently as well. That's something about Warhammer World anyway. That he was looking to visit, and there's this picture that just rocked up there that he's put in there. On, like, I can't even remember the name of the model. It's this like worm thing popping out of the ground. It looks badass, but the amount of white that goes into the dirt that's broken up where he's come out is something I've never noticed before. And now, if I ever do something that requires a hole in the ground or anything like that, I'm going to remember that. So, so much shit out there, right? So much stuff to gain inspiration from. I think as a community, there is nobody should ever be lacking for inspiration for anything. If you are lacking for inspiration for something, send us a message, put something on our Facebook page, drop a comment in the comment section below for this message, and Brynley and I would be more than happy to help you out.
Even if you're trying to do what we're doing and you're trying to start your own podcast, we are 100% willing to help you out in whatever way we can to show you the ropes of what we've learned over the last couple of months. Because there's no this is a hobby for the hobbyist. If you're out there putting yourself on the line, talking crap in front of a camera, we want other people to see you as well. Like, we don't believe in this competition between other podcast, if you're promoting the hobby, then you're promoting our hobby. And you're doing what we're doing, and we love what we do. So
yeah, unless you're a douche canoe, in which case we may not be able to help you out there.
Yeah, we may just sabotage your problems. But if you're doing a podcast and you want to know how to do it, hit us up. We're so happy to help you. We're really excited to see more people doing what we're doing.
That's it. We'll be like, here's the last 10 casts we did. Basically, what not to do.
Yeah, this is what not to do. They're like, oh, you just gave us a link to AUSHAMMER. Yeah, just watch it. You'll be fine. But it's been good. If you guys wanna do what we're doing, hit us up. Do it. We're all about it. We love the hobby. And like, you know, at the end of the day, it's like an hour on a Monday night, and it's literally just us having an excuse not to do the dishes and talk crap about Warhammer. So, not get in trouble.
Yeah, look, this is our hobby time. This is where we get our inspiration from. So, yeah.
And yeah, but that's us. Like, you know, if you've joined us live, thank you. If you've joined us in the chat, it was good to hear from you. We had some pretty cool guests rocking up. Next week, we should be doing some slightly more interesting things. The Wives of Warhammer.
That's going to be hard.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting segments. So, should we tell them what we're going to do? See if we can get a bit of interest.
No, because if we tell them about Wifehammer.
Yeah.
#Wifehammer.
#Wifehammer.
If we say too much about it, we're going to set an expectation. And then if we don't meet that expectation, you're going to look like a dick and I'm going to make fun of you.
Yeah, well, I'm not too worried. I mean, like, I already hyped up you falling in a pool and I've already got people disappointed, so. Sorry, Nathan.
Oh, I can't believe you put. I still can't figure out how to get rid of stuff. Why is it I can post to my heart's content, but I can't get rid of stuff? Anyway, yes, Warhammer will be a thing. Stay tuned.
Yeah, so we'll see how we go. It should be pretty exciting. But yeah, that's it from us. It's been a short episode. It's been a sweet episode. We've had a pretty busy week. Next episode should be a little bit more exciting for you guys.
Wait, nothing's more exciting than this episode, mofo. All right. It's just every week it gets more exciting.
Just gets more exciting. Gets more crazier. More beanies. I'm gonna wear 2 beanies next week.
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
Not shit enough. I didn't even wear a hat, buddy. All right. What are you up to? No pants, no hat. I am doing well for myself.
I've got no pants and a beanie. Like,
disappointed.
Let me sort.
I'm not angry, Brynley. I'm just disappointed.
Nah, that's all right. You're always disappointed.
If you want to make it up to me, paint my fucking hurricane.
I'll get onto it. Just sitting there.
Jokes. Just, you know, service my lawnmower. Right, so.
Yeah, about your lawnmower.
That's. Don't even fucking go there. So. All right, so before we go, just so everyone's aware, if you do watch that shitty video of me scaling a fence to get those lights on by the pool, Brynley didn't even help me. My wife actually said to him, "Can you go and help him? He'll probably kill himself," or words to that effect. And he was like, "No, I can't. I'm filming." Like, it wasn't even like, I'm concerned for his health and well-being. It was, fuck, if he falls in, I'm going to put this everywhere.
This is going to be hilarious. Mate, Funniest Home videos and AUSHAMMER material. You're missing the point.
If you like this video and you want to see more, like and subscribe to our channel. Find us on Facebook, find us on Twitter, and everywhere else in between, no doubt. Yeah, that's it from me. Thank you to everybody who joined us. Fuck you, Brynley. That's all I have to say really tonight.
Yeah, thanks to everyone who subscribed to us. You guys, we're slowly getting there. We'll hit 200 maybe by the end of the year. Who knows? Like our stuff on the AUSHAMMER page. Check out our Twitter. We might be getting a Twitch in the near future, so watch out for that happening. If I can ever organize myself to do it. But other than that, that's us from AUSHAMMER. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Tune in next week for episode 13. It's going to be a blast.
Warhammer.
Catch you later. Ciao.